Simmons Production. What's good with the people? It's your boy Simmons.
It's your boy Dane.
And it's Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
Bang, 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 bang.
Speaking of bang, bang, we got to send our RIPs out to
Rest in peace.
John Witherspoon,
Legend.
a.k.a. Pops.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate that we lost a legend. He definitely paved the way for a lot of people.
A lot of our childhood growing up, this man has been that underrated comedian that we all quote.
From Friday to Wayne's Brothers.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Boondocks. Like he's been around and doing this thing for a while. The crazy thing is, the last time I seen an interview with him, I believe it was on the Breakfast Club.
When he was talking about how they faked his death.
I don't even remember what the content was.
It was one where they had said that he had died. And he was joking about how he woke up and was like, I died.
Yeah, because it was actually recently.
Okay.
But when I seen him, like, something in my mind, I'm like, man, you looking kind of frail. And I was like, I don't know if this is because he was up there in age.
He's 77. Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I hope it's age, death is around the corner at all times.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I hope that it don't come and get him.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we lost a good one.
One of the things that somebody posted, it might have been the Breakfast Club interview, and they asked him how has he been able to go on in his career, the longevity that he's had.
Career.
And I took it, I try to, how we do. We try to take a little bit of jewels from stuff and apply it to our lives. Yeah. He said that when he was a young man, he played young man roles.
Yeah.
When he was a middle-aged man, he played middle-aged roles. Yeah. When he was an old man, he played old man roles, right? And I looked at that and I said, you know what? To have longevity in life, you got to know your position. As a young man, you got to understand that's when you're learning, right? Yeah. As a middle-aged man, that's when we're kind of in the middle of, we don't experience some things, so we're still learning some things, right? And so at that point where we are now, we're not middle-aged. We're actually still considered young, even though we're 32. Yeah. But we're still at that role where we got to embrace, for the younger brothers behind us, that we still need to be that stable, and at the same time still learn from the older cats.
Be that big homie, that show somebody when they fucking up. Don't be afraid to correct people. Otherwise, they're going to continue to make that mistake and probably even go further and further off the path, and that's when they self-destruct or whatever the case may be. Yeah, but he definitely had a long career, a healthy career.
That's a long run.
And so, looking at his career, I hope to be able to thrive like he did in his time. Because on that interview, he was actually up there promoting the show he had out there.
Did you see that he had cooking for poor people on YouTube?
Nah.
He had put up a video the day before he died, cooking for poor people. And it was like a comedic version of how to make food in the house when you ain't got nothing in the house. Yeah. And the crazy thing about it is that when he came on, he was like, I haven't made a video in a minute. He was like, but that's okay, I've been busy. He said, next year, I got Friday and the Boondocks that I'm working on. Yeah. So, it's like he still had a lot going on at 77.
Booked and busy. Because life, if you're not living it, you're dead. Regardless if you still breathe. Yeah. So you have to be out here moving and grooving because when you stop, that's when it's over. And he understood that, so he kept on moving, moving, living life to the fullest extent until he had no more air in his lungs. Yeah. And you gotta respect that.
No,
you know
man,
what I mean?
and what you just said, that right there hits home because that's something that I've been thinking about a lot because I have people around me that are older. Yeah. That they've been in the same place since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And that's my fear. I don't want to be like growing up. I guess it's weird because I've lived so many different places, right? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of weird for me living in the same place that I've lived in for so long. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've been in LA, the Valley, San Bernardino, Rialto, Rancho. It's like I'm so used to seeing different things and having different environments, and all of those places are different drastically. You understand what I'm saying? And I just sit around and I was just thinking to myself, I said, I don't want it to be that person that stays in the same place, the same city for too long. You know what I mean?
Real talk, because we all got that, like that uncle or that auntie that
ain't never been on Crenshaw.
Since you was a kid, they doing the same shit as you when you are an adult. And it's like, you don't want to be caught up in that. Like, you just caught in this matrix where you just going down this everlasting tunnel that's falling, and it's like you never get up, nothing new, no new experiences. You kind of subjected to whatever life throws at you, so you become a victim. Then you live with a victim mentality, and it's just like that's the worst thing you can do. Because I actually been thinking about the same thing. I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna elevate to the next level, because
I want you to come on one of these vacations with me, man. That's what I want to do.
That's going to be the goal next year. We're going to have to do something. Yeah. Because I've been thinking in my mind, because I'm over just because all right. So I'll be doing like Uber and Lyft on the side type shit. Mm-hmm. So one day I was over there out there in I'm gonna say Beverly Hills area, and then like I got this app like checking out how much like a house costs over there or whatever, even just the rent. Yeah. Rent. Some people rent $6,000, $12,000, $20,000. I was like,
you might as well buy a house.
I left. I was like, I'm in the wrong fucking area.
You might as well buy a house. if you gonna rent something like that at that price, some people's mortgages is like $1,500, $1,600, $2,000. You know what I mean? $2,300. If you renting $6,000,
that shit. Because I was like, this. But shit like that. Even though I would never like rent for something that high, but my mind was in a space of like, man, just only if I was able to afford that type of lifestyle. Imagine what type of money you have to make to be able to afford that type of thing. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Like this upcoming year, like I'm not playing no games. Like we always say that shit. Yeah. But it's like even starting like right now, I'm like. Because I don't want to wait till New Year, new me type shit. Like, no, like, starting right now, like, my mentality switched. I was like, fuck. I'm like, I don't want to say I'm behind necessarily, but I know my potential. Right. My potential is
through the roof.
Through the roof and endless.
Yeah. No, so and like I said, that's one of the things that I admire about you. You know, a lot of times people don't tell you what they see about you, because you got so many insecure brothers in the world that don't want to say. No, when I see you, you're one of those people that when I pay attention to the things that you say and all of that stuff, some of the things that you post a lot of funny stuff.
I say the most ignorant shit.
when you drop some jewels, you gotta understand that sometimes that be up here. I'll be like, what he done? What's he drinking? What he drink today? Because that's one of those things where you just caught in time and you just like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? So man, you really gotta what you call it, and for myself too, you really gotta tap into your potential.
Just because just both of us knowing where we came from as far as like high school and stuff like that, and knowing the mindset that we both have,
night and day.
It's just like
night and day from.
There's no reason why we can't have six figures type shit.
It's not
multi-million-dollar businesses and shit like that. And it's just like I've been watching a lot of videos too, just on just empowerment and just really owning shit as far as black people. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's just like why not us be the leaders in that fold? You know what I mean?
You sent me a video this week. I had to go and follow the dude, man.
I know what you're talking about. That one struck home too.
This dude, man, he sent me some stuff, man, that made me sometimes the content be so good you gotta go to the person's page and look at some
he had a bunch of shit.
Hit the content. What's the dude's name?
I can't even tell you off top.
I have to look at my phone. But this brother came out, like, he sent me some stuff about he's a successful brother, and he
does taxes.
Yeah, he does taxes, but he was like sometimes you have to he was like, even though you know things, he was like, you can always learn something. Mm-hmm. So he was like, even when he sits down with people who are like, may not be as successful as him, he asks them questions and he plays dumb to still be able to soak
Prince
in.
Darnell.
Prince Darnell. Y'all go follow him because he dropped some jewels. And
a lot of information.
I found a video on the page after he had sent me the thing, and it was about like, you know, a man should have a plan for his family. You know what I'm saying? Not just dating, you know, aimlessly, but dating knowing that this is who I am as a person. This is what I'm looking to be as a male in a relationship, and then going from there. And once you understand that, you understand what you bring to the table and what you'll accept to the table. So that information, you know, that was a good little video you sent me.
Yeah, because that whole video he was talking about
being a sponge.
Sometimes, like, he just played dumb. Mm-hmm. Like, it's certain information you already know, but he just let certain people just talk. Yeah. And just throw it out there. Because he was basically, it's good. Mm-hmm. He was basically talking about how he first got into doing taxes and starting his own business or whatnot. What he did, he went to H&R Block and Liberty and all these these different spots. And, like, the information he kind of knew, but at the same time he didn't know. Right. So he wanted to know what his competitors are doing. Mm-hmm. And so he went there just like, how do my taxes? He go up there with his W-2. Now, he would just act like a regular customer. Right. And he was up in there with a notepad, writing down everything, like, so, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
But just soaking in game.
But soaking in game. But not just from one location as far as, like, one business and taking one business model. He went to multiple. Right. So he's seeing what the competition is doing, so it could set him up in position to, like, okay, I know how I can beat them, or, you know, like, just planning ahead, being strategic about what he's doing. So just playing dumb sometimes, like, a lot of times people want to be know-it-alls, like, I know, you ain't got to tell me, blah, blah, blah. Soaking information, even if you don't know it, because it might be one little detail
that you missed
and that could take you over the top. Right. So always be a student and seek knowledge, seek information. Never stop learning. You know, like, get that education regardless if it's in school or out of school. Yeah. You got to educate yourself, because just people in general, especially black people and people of color that been suppressed, like, we can't afford to be living just thinking we know it all and not really trying to get the maximum information, you know?
You know, and knowledge is good for everyone, right? Yeah. But as, you know, a black man, you can only speak for the black experience, right? And so the people that, you know, I come to the point where I believe that we should clean our own backyard, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of the issues that we have is the lack of knowledge. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And there's almost a level of, like, resentment when you tell a brother to, like, read this, look into this, and research this.
It's like you belittle. They feel like you trying to talk down on them.
Like I'm saying that you're stupid. Yeah. It's nothing. I'm not saying that you're stupid. What I'm saying is you lack knowledge about a certain topic. Yeah. And I'm a huge activist for getting information for yourself. Yeah. Because when you get information for yourself, that's something that somebody can't take away from. But if you're taking information from me, like if I tell you something and then you go into a conversation, you try to debate somebody, and you're going to debate somebody off of what I've already told you, you're not going to last long in that debate. Mm-hmm. But if that information is information that you researched and you studied, you can stand your ground and say, listen, this is why I feel this way. Mm-hmm. Now that information is yours, you can regurgitate it. You
and not only that, when you go and check for yourself, because you probably got just the surface level of whatever you read. Yeah. And they regurgitate and they can't they don't have the full details. Yeah. If they go back and they check A, B, and C, now they're like, okay, now my argument will be even stronger when I discuss this. Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it don't even have to be an argument. It can just be you being steadfast in your life and knowing why you're doing what you're doing, even when nobody else understands why you're doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? So, a
lot of information. Aside from that, I know, like, it looks different in here. Like, we keep on switching up shit on y'all niggas, but it's all good. It's all good. We just switch it up and we just roll and get it in however we can. Yes, sir. It don't matter where we at, we're going to do it. Yeah. Because we know we got to stay consistent with the information we throw out there and with these videos and whatever side entertainment that comes with it. Yeah. With that being said, where you want to start at?
I want to talk about something that I seen this week that really, like, it really grabbed my attention. Mm-hmm. It was a tweet it was a tweet by a woman, and she was saying that as women in professional fields such as running for office and all of that stuff, that have sent like nudes to their significant other or somebody that they were dating at that time, that women should come together and start shaming the person who leaks the nudes instead of the person who takes the nudes. And it's time to come together against. It's time to come together against people having this standard where they're saying like, oh, if we find out that you are some type of, not a sexual deviant, right, but a normal type of individual that has a significant other, and you do certain things, you take nude pictures, you sex with them and all that stuff, that needs to stop being demonized and keeping people from being able to have jobs. So my question to you is, how do you feel about that?
I agree, because like what you do in your private life, that should not affect what goes on in work. If we look back on the time when Bill Clinton got caught,
that's a different. He
was getting some neck. He was getting some neck in the Oval Office or whatnot. But within that situation, he was married, and plus he was doing that on the job. So this was all bad. It was messy. Yeah. And then, let alone, you got Trump talking about grabbing people by the pussy and shit like that, and it's kind of just real messy. But say if you your significant other sends you some flicks, you out traveling or whatever the case is, this is an intimate relationship. It's not something that's supposed to be publicized to the public. Yeah. So it shouldn't affect, if for whatever reason they feeling bitter or whatever the case may be, and the pictures leak, it shouldn't affect your job. Right. Like, at the end of the day, we're human. Yeah. We all need to feel that connection, that human connection with one another, as far as our significant other go. And you got to keep the spice of your relationship. Like, if you if you out here and you're not trying to keep the spice up in your relationship and keep the through alive in it, it's like, what are you doing? Like, your wife is at home, she lonely, and like, if that bothers you, that somebody new got leaked, like, come on, like, your wife most likely is getting dicked down by somebody else. I'm gonna keep it 100, because you're not satisfying her because you're being boring. Don't be boring. Like, you gotta keep it entertaining.
You run the risk of somebody else
dick it down. He want to be politically correct. I'm the ignorant one, so
I'm gonna be politically correct.
Dick it down.
Before I address the stuff that's this man keep talking about, let me just stay politically correct with the topic. I don't agree with it, right? There's a woman running for office or whatever, and she got in trouble because she had multiple sexual relationships with multiple people within her cabinet. That is a no-no. Messy. Now, I'm saying that's a no-no. Yeah. And I believe that this tweet came from after all of this information came out about her.
Oh, okay.
After all this information came out about her, I believe her ex-husband sent out pictures of her nudes. Right?
Oh, no. In that type of situation, like, look, hey.
You got to take this on the chin.
Yeah, you got to take that one.
As a person in power, you can't.
He earned the right to be petty.
He earned the right to be petty, but we're not going to condone.
No, I don't condone it, but I'm not mad at him. I'm like, you know what?
But that man code 101, those nudes, they not for everybody. If somebody sent that to you while you guys were together, they trusted you with that, right? It doesn't matter how upset I am with you, how much I hate you, this, that, and third. That's crossing the line. I'm never going to put your information out there.
Because if you was sleeping with the whole fucking cabinet,
but I don't know if they were together.
I'm gonna sabotage the shit out.
I don't know if that's what broke them up. Oh, you understand what I'm saying?
It had to be for him, because he had to have felt something in his heart that just crushed him.
Okay, so I'll put it like this. I'm not going to do it. But if he knows behind the scenes that the pictures that you sent him while you were married, you were sending to somebody else. Yeah. I understand him being bitter. Yeah. I get that. Yeah. I'm not doing it. Yeah. But I understand that, right? So, but my take on other women who are in a profession and they have a significant other, this, that, and third, because I know a female that was with a boyfriend and she sent him pictures, nude pictures, and this, that, and the third. And she said that, well, no, they actually made a video. Mm-hmm. And she said that when she broke up with him, he was so bitter that he texted the video to her mother.
See,
and uploaded it on a porn site.
See, that's being extra.
And this is before the revenge. This is before the revenge law came into play.
That's being look. If y'all broke up, like saying she just don't want to be with you no more. Yeah. Like now you like no, like that's the bro code to me. Like nah, you can't do some shit. And
that's why I say it's man rule 101. Like you can't be that petty.
Yeah, that's just being like nah. I don't advise that.
Yeah.
But if she was fucking around with the whole staff, it's like, bitch, you foul. Like, no. Your mom about to know, your grandma about to know.
Yeah.
I won't go as far as throwing on Pornhub.
They trash.
I won't go as far as putting it on Pornhub, but nigga, your family about to know.
Yeah, so let's get
your
away
grandma's gonna look at you crazy at
Let's
Thanksgiving.
get away from an egregious act, right? And go back to just a normal woman.
Okay.
Who
this is what I thought you was talking about.
No, that's the curveball that I hit you with, because now I got you telling the truth about, hey, nigga, I'm to let your mama know, your grandmama know. But this is what I'm talking about. See, that was, I like that. But this is what I want to get at. I'm talking about the women who are actually professional and have had relationships with somebody. We all have had relationships with people who we thought it was going to last forever with, like, this person. So you feel comfortable with the person, you trust them. And then something goes left, and then sometimes it gets messy. Sometimes you can leave on, professional pages with each other. That should not, if a woman is capable of doing her job, she's good at her job, that her personal life should not stop her from being able to do her job.
I agree 100%.
You understand what I'm saying? That's like a person. That's like a person that is a professional, good at their job, brain surgeon. But he goes to happy hour every day after work. He drinks every day after work.
Yeah, it's Cuba Good and all.
You know what I'm saying?
The baby dick. Whatever the fuck that he said.
Listen, hey man, that was a wild video. We ain't gonna even get on that, man. But I'm saying you're a surgeon, right? But you're good at what you do, and then somebody's like, oh, but he drinks when he gets off work. That's off work. Has nothing to do with your performance on the job. And I want people to stop trying to find.
Talk about. Wait, why my nigga had a chicken bowl in his head though?
I didn't even see that. He had a chicken bowl?
No, what was that in his head? It was the picture, like, this nigga had like I want to say it was a KFC bucket.
He probably did. He on drugs.
Nah.
He was on drugs, man.
Nah, because this shit was too much. Like,
he had a chicken bowl. The video that I sent you?
No, it was just a picture that I was floating around. Like, nah, we ain't gonna let this slide. We gotta talk about this nigga, bro. Like, this is aside from, This is off topic, but
boy,
nigga.
Oh yeah, that's drugs. That's drugs, man. That's drugs. If you can edit that picture in to the video so these people can see what we looking. He's on drugs, man.
This shit is wow.
Hey man, Hollywood, y'all. Hollywood.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
It's a wild place. It's a very wild place.
Let me see if I can show y'all real quick.
Yeah, wow.
Fam.
Oh, shit. See it?
Nah, I gotta change the focus and shit. I'm not about to. Okay. I'm gonna put this in post.
Yeah, put it in the post, man.
The shit was wild. Like
man.
Cuba, I'm about to say something. Cuba Gooding Jr. You gotta chill, bro.
Yeah, man, get some help, man, bro. You tripping. But anyways, back to it.
That's the most nigga shit. Like, yo, that's gonna make white like. You gonna have white people calling us niggers for real because I'm like, nigga, that's some.
Listen,
like, I'm
that's almost bad as Jerry Rice with the helmet with the chicken.
Like, nah, bro. Like,
man, listen. Anyway, because we get it off top. Back to what we started talking about. Man, listen, I feel like there's so many obstacles for women out there already that male chauvinistics, the good old boys club, they're using this as another avenue to keep women out. Oh, you was sexting.
Oh, yeah.
That's looked down upon. Get her get her up out of here. Yeah. When they're doing the same exact thing. These dudes are going to sex parties, all kinds of just swinger stuff, craziness.
if we're gonna keep it 100,
yeah,
because a lot of times these be like the corporate businesses that behave like that.
Yeah.
If we're gonna keep it 100, it be white folks that be in charge, and they be trying to act like they're without sin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, Sally, you how she did all that?
Yeah.
Like, no, bitch, you know that you be licking the Bill asshole at home. Like, don't act like you don't.
And it really is hypocritical, right?
You know what
because
I mean?
the truth of the matter is, if you're not from this generation, right, the generations that are into technology, texting, and all of that stuff, you were doing things to spice up your weather. You were sending an explicit note. I don't know what older people did. You understand what I'm saying? I can only speak for what our generation been doing since we've been.
Somebody mama out there was snorting coke out somebody's dick and sucked it.
Oh, just see this man. God damn. God damn. Come on, this man. What's wrong with you, man? I know, I get it, but goddamn.
Am I
lying? Nah, you not lying. So, like I said, you know what I mean? Anyways, man, this dude is out of control. Bottom line, I feel like my stance on it is that people's personal lives should be personal.
Yeah.
That if it doesn't affect their job, their job performance, if it doesn't affect, if it's not, discriminating against women, minorities, age discrimination, anything like that, then let them people live their life.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter like what they do outside the business if it's not being counterproductive to the company. Like, I understand if they out there
was crazy as hell. I can't. Go ahead, man.
Like, they're not being counterproductive, like out with their uniform, like at the bar doing stupid shit. Then it's understandable. Yeah. Like, they shouldn't. Like, you got to take off the uniform, then go do your thing.
Yeah, it's like that reminds me, man. You got to be professional at all times, right? Yeah. I remember when I was like 22. It was a dude that I work with, right? And he left campus to for his lunch break, and got into it with somebody down at Starbucks, right? Yeah. And he was out there acting a fool, like he trying to fight in the Starbucks and everything, and he in his uniform. Yeah, like it's got the job, the company name, his name, all of that, and he out there trying to get him up with people.
You can't do that. They tell you that up in the
take the shirt off.
In the little code handbook, code of ethics or whatnot. Like, take the shirt off. If you're going to get into the squad, take the shirt off, then give him the hands. Yeah, you should be out here trying to fight. But
if you're going off,
if
you leaving the the organization's the site and you're going off, and you know that you're potentially a person that's high-headed, take the uniform shirt off, just so that because that's something that you'll get fired for because you misrepresent.
You don't want to be on TMZ as the one that was DDTing somebody in the Edison shirt. Like, you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, don't do that, man.
So, be professional, be mindful.
All times, man, and let people enjoy their life. Let people, like he was talking about spicing up a relationship.
Don't put coke on nobody's dick and stuff.
Come on now. Jesus. I'm all believe for like with your significant other, keeping things spicy, keeping things entertaining and stuff. And like he said, if you're not doing it, you make because people who are loyal. I'm a very loyal person, right? Mm-hmm. But if I'm in a relationship and I'm not getting the things that I want from that relationship, and then there's somebody that's coming along and they're offering me that attention that my significant other is not doing it, I'm not a cheater, right?
It's going to be intriguing.
It's going to be intriguing.
And you might drift off.
So the truth of the matter is, you have to be that person. You have to give your significant other that attention. So if you're a person who's out there and they're like, I would never do this, my significant other. There's a lot of brothers out there who thought that they had it on lock and key, and they wasn't paying the right attention to their woman, and then they got cheated on, and they're like, and the woman's like, well, you didn't give me the attention that I wanted.
Get the whipped cream out, the peaches of cream.
Yeah, man, we're gonna change. We're gonna change
the hot
topics.
Dogs out.
We're about to change topics because
get the bologna in the fry.
This man, is I don't know what's going on today. He out of here. But the next topic.
If you don't do it, somebody
else will.
Go just one time. Just one time. Go get the Franks.
Next topic. Kanye West. Next topic.
Yeah.
Kanye West. How you feel? I ask you this question. Do you believe the hype?
I'm not convinced. My whole thing is your actions have to match like what you putting out there. Mm-hmm. To me, his actions ain't matching. Like, and I'm not the one. I'm not holier than thou or nothing like that to say somebody can't turn around and be saved and all this and the third. Yeah. But when you turn around, because to me it seems like cleanup. Because he did a whole Trump thing and all that shit. And then you turn around and saying Jesus is king, Jesus this, Jesus that. And then you turn around and you still co-sign Trump and some of the ignorance, and it's like, that's my friend. I'm like, you know this nigga don't stand with us. And then aside from that, it's just like, it just seems like a capitalistic type of strategy. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, to me, it's like, are you really trying to put out a message, or is this to clean your name and to find to make a buck? Mm-hmm. Because you out here selling clothes that says church clothes, like a sweater for like $200 or some shit like that. To me, that's like some wild shit. But at the same time, I'm like, all right, like the church is actually for money. He's charging for some clothes. All right, you know, even though it's not the same, but I'm like, all right, that's your way of getting some type of donation per se. But when you get out here, then like you get out here basically saying like, black people ain't got no culture, and he basically kind of disowned the hip hop community. So I'm just looking at him like, it looks weird. And if you ever seen that documentary on Netflix called The Family, you know why this looks extra weird to me then. Because it looks wild as fuck to me.
I'm not gonna say I've been disturbed by it. I think I'm not. Nothing Kanye West can do right now is gonna like rattle me, mm-hmm. right? Because
nothing surprising at this point.
As a hip hop fan, whether you like it or not, you follow these characters, and these narratives in hip hop, and he's been a character for definitely. Over 10, 15 years now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the thing that I'm more concerned about are the people who are blindly following Kanye West. As a person who comes from a Christian background, it's disturbing that all a person has to do is say Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden you like, whoa, I defend this person, this, that, and the third. Where context is really prevalent in this situation. Yeah. Because Kanye West just 6-7 months ago, a year ago, was saying that slavery was a choice. 400 years of slavery sound like a choice to me. No, brother. If you educate yourself, you understand that during the time of slavery, slaves were not allowed to read. Mm-hmm. They were not allowed to write. They were not allowed to be educated. Mm-hmm. If you understand anything about controlling the mind, it's just like there's a picture out there of a horse that has been tied to a plastic lawn chair. Mm-hmm. And because that horse was tied to that lawn chair, in its mind, the rope connected to something means I can't move. Mm-hmm. Right? So you fast forward that and you put that into a human being's mind. Mm-hmm. That you were born a slave. The only thing you can ever do is be a slave. Mm-hmm. Because out of your birth, you're not smart enough to be able to conduct yourself like us. Because you are 3/5 of a human being. You are not even the same as us. So if this is the narrative that you breed people with, those people are going to be stuck in one place. But just the beautiful thing about life is that it comes with progression. There's always going to be somebody with a mind that thinks outside of the box. Yeah. And once that person thinks outside of the box, other people follow. That's how slavery ended up being, where people started to revolt. People started trying to learn how to read on the low. So slavery was not a choice. Slavery was a trick of the mind that was done to people for 400 years until people woke up. Right? So you're dealing with a person who makes statements out of left field. Yeah. Right? And then he comes out and he meets with Donald Trump and he says that, Donald Trump is like a father figure to him and all of these different things. And you're sitting there and you're like, okay, what are you talking about? Donald Trump clearly is not for the minority community. No minority. He's not for that. He's for the betterment of his pockets. He's a capitalistic individual. So the game that he's playing is the game for the black vote. That's why every time when people say, hey, you're making these type of statements, you don't really care about black people, what is the first thing that he says? The first thing that he says is that I'm giving you guys jobs. So, in a sense, he's saying you should be thankful that I'm giving you a job, that I'm doing this for you. That's not somebody who truly cares about it. That's me saying I'm throwing you a bone, vote for me. Yeah. This is the person that Kanye West is backing up, right? So it was all type of backlash with that. And I'm saying it the way that I'm saying it is to put it into context for the people who do not know Kanye West's little journey to where he is now. Yeah. And so after that backlash, there was a point where everybody was talking about the cancel culture. And you go back to some of the podcasts that we talked about the cancel culture and how, some of the cancel culture we're not with. Some of the cancel culture is, is what you call it. You've done something that people need to kind of put you on timeout for. Yeah. So Kanye West was in that bubble of the cancel culture. Then all of a sudden, he started doing these Sunday services. Yeah. Right? And the Sunday services was like him releasing an energy, right? Getting away from the politics, getting away from the world, and just working on your craft and playing music, and just people coming together and enjoying the music. So once the Sunday culture started to become trendy, started becoming catchy, more people started to show up, and more people started to show up. And now Kanye was like, "Oh, this is a spiritual thing, and this is everybody's come. It's just a spiritual environment." To the point where he started going to churches. He was having his Sunday services at churches with pastors who was backing him. And it's important to understand when we talk about a capitalistic mindset. T.I. went to one of them, and T.I. said himself that when he went, the pastor had already received an offering. Yeah. Right. Then when him and a couple other millionaires walked in, the pastor took another offering.
Because I was watching an interview recently with T.I., and when they sent it around, I guess there was a special guest speaker. Yeah. And T.I. said he's not sure. He said he don't want to put him in the church itself. Yeah. But for that special guest speaker or preacher, pastor or whatnot, you got to raise a certain amount. If you're familiar with churches, you know this. You want to pay the special guest speaker. Yeah. So the guest speaker says something of the sort of it was trying to reach. I don't want to say that they said it was 1,000 short, or it was they trying to get 10,000 or 100,000. It was something ridiculous. Right. And so T.I. and he was there with 2 Chainz, you better not put nothing up. You're looking at his wife, Tiny, don't you dare touch that.
People nothing.
Hell no.
And like I said, the point that I'm making is that I want you guys to follow this timeline. Yeah. And so after this is, a couple weeks later, maybe a couple months later, that's when Kanye was like, I'm about to start. And mind you, between this period of time, Kanye West has never said anything about converting to becoming a Christian or already being a Christian, or this is what his faith is, what he believes in. None of that. When this album came out, and he said it was going to be a gospel album, then all of a sudden he was pushing, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God. I believe in bringing people together, right?
Because first he was going to drop a different album. Yes. That was the Yandi album, right? Yes. And then out of nowhere,
it left, and now it was Jesus is
King.
Jesus is King album, right? And the issue that I'm having with it is that this man has never exuded any type of spirituality. Mm-hmm. The thing that really makes me raise my eyebrow is that in each location that he goes to, he has a different message for the crowd. Mm-hmm. When I want to say he was in Wyoming or someplace like that, he was talking about black people who are Democrats are mentally slaves because the Democrats don't believe in black people's issues. Republicans believe in that issue. He's still on this kick to get black people to back the Republicans and Trump.
The family.
That's a political move that he's doing. But when he went to Chicago, there was no rant about black people are slaves mentally and all of that stuff. They wasn't going to have that. So he's playing a game with each audience that he has. And so fast forwarding, the album drops. It's a gospel album. I'm not going to say that how it was put together was not put together well. I have not listened to it. I'm not going to play that game and fall into the manipulation. The issue is people have to understand that Kanye West is gifted. There are some people who work on their craft and they are good at making music. Kanye West has a gift. The gift will operate even when the person is not aware of the gift being present in their life. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that the music wasn't good. I'm not saying that how he put the songs together wasn't good. I'm not saying that that's not something that Christians can relate to. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I believe the messenger has a hidden agenda. And I've watched Christian people who have no understanding of Kanye's journey, all the antics that he has done, defend him. Blindly defend him without doing research. You understand what I'm saying? And then come to find out this week, they said in an interview that he did with somebody, he said that God blessed him with $68 million tax return just because he was a Christian. I know people who have been Christians all their lives.
I'm pretty sure.
And God hasn't blessed.
I'm pretty sure that's not how.
It's not how it works. It's not how it works. He said that last year he made 112 million. Went into $35 million worth of debt, and then he got a $68 million tax return.
Now, mind you, during this time of last year, he was pretty buddy with Trump. You know, so when you put it together, and then you brought up an interesting point of view that kind of like type of situation, which probably doesn't tie in currently on that tax return, but this upcoming tax return is going to be interesting. Yeah. Because with churches, they're non-profit. So you got to get the 501c3.
Yes. So if he actually put all of his personal money into all of these little tour dates that he did, I'm calling them tour dates. He's talking about Sunday services, but he did it in different cities. If he put up money out of his own pocket, right, and he's throwing that underneath a non-profit organization, I didn't charge people to come. I supplied this service for them. He can write that off next year and make more money off of the Sunday services, the same way that some churches do.
And aside from that, with nonprofits, the 501c3 Act, where you can get funding from state funding and things of that nature. And it just looked real tricky, real funny. And I keep on hinting to the family, because within this documentary is about how there's this kind of secret society that's based within the Christian roots, and they kind of pull strings not just in USA, but global in different acts and doings. It's a very interesting documentary. Like for real, go check that out. It looks wild, and it's just like you said, it's not even the fact that the message is bad. Some of this, because when you watch like certain things he say, like even with the Big Boy interview, he says some very enlightened, like some good things. Like when you think about it, like that makes sense. But the way he formats his thoughts, and then he goes into kind of like a arrogant type of like, I'm like, bro, the way it's like his mind doesn't work like normal, like in normal pattern. Like I'm like, do you read it right, my nigga? Because like you don't sound like you read it right. Because your thoughts is not structured. Yeah. You go off rambling and then you bring it back, and it's just like
it's all over the place.
Yeah, so it's just like, and then he will say something dumb and kind of ignorant, and bring it back and try to clean it. It's like it's real interesting seeing how this play out and seeing how many people like fall into it. Just blindly
fall into it.
I'm like, nah, bro. I'm not.
And I understand that people can change their lives and want to be better spiritually.
Definitely.
But you have to understand, like, I can't, like, if you slap me today, right? I'm going to be looking for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. If you come up to me and you're like, my bad. I gave my life to Christ.
No, you getting slapped still.
I don't believe you.
You about to get these.
You understand what I'm saying? Because yesterday,
I'm gonna lay some hands on you.
Right? Yesterday you were one way. Today you're claiming to be another way. There's not enough evidence for me to truly believe that this is who you are. Yeah. Now, if Kanye, I'm all open for him proving me wrong. I'm all open for him proving me wrong. But his track record has proven that there's always an agenda behind what he does. And when he got on Big Boy's interview, he said that black people are cultureless people. I agree with him to an extent, right? When he started talking about, it's for the culture, but you're citing to culture virtues. You're drawing for it, you're this, that, and third. He is so disconnected from the term the culture, it is crazy.
Yeah,
when we use doing it for the culture, we're talking about doing it for people who come from nothing like us, right? So I'll give the analogy I can give is basketball players can say, damn, he done did it for the culture, right? That means that this individual has so much star power. He no longer has anything to prove. Why would he go play at that charity game? Why would he go play overseas with these people? Why would he give him money to this community, this, that, and third? Because for the love of the game, it's the culture that he did it for. Yeah. So he did it for the culture. So when black people, brown people, Asian people say we're doing it for the culture, they're doing it for something that they believe in a positive way. We're not driving foreign cars for the culture. We're driving it.
That was some of the stupidest. You
understand what I'm saying? What? When a black person say we're doing it for the culture, that means that there's other people who look like me that come from nothing that will look at me and see like, man, if I work hard enough, I can get that. I'm doing it for the culture to inspire you. I'm not doing it for the culture the way Kanye West is saying, we're doing it for the culture because we're mentally slaves and this and the third. No, we're doing it for the culture because there's another young man who's going to grow up like me. What did I always say in the beginning? If you go back to the beginning of our podcast, I always told people that your life is not your own. The things that you have been through is for another person because there is nothing new underneath the sun. So that my experiences can be something that helps you grow. And guess what? I'm doing it for the culture. So that once I'm gone, a piece of information is given to you. A lifestyle of thinking is given to you. I'm not doing this for my own personal benefit. But Kanye West tells on himself because the way that he explains it is personal gain and personal benefit. So when he says I'm doing it for the culture, he's doing it for what I can get out of this arena.
If you watch that Big Boy interview, like he says a whole lot without saying a whole lot.
Exactly.
And it's like and he says some things that's pretty direct. Like I said earlier, like he pretty much like disconnected himself from the hip hop culture and from black people.
Well,
like,
he's doing his stuff. Hip hop is devil's music, or is something like that.
And it's Big Boy asked him about
a lot of conscious rappers
something about
beneficial
getting something about black people tweets and something. He said, I'm not worried about no black people tweets, something of that nature. Yeah. And the Big Boy was like, what about white people tweets? What? That mattered more to him than the black people tweets. It's like,
because if you pay attention, that's where the money is.
That, and it's just like you said, there's a disconnection. Like he don't even realize how much he hate himself.
Yes.
The self-hate is real. Yes. Like open your eyes. Like this is how you're gonna do your people. The people that supported you from the get-go and they wanted to push you to the top. Yeah. Like you would not be nothing. Like your mom and your daddy. Like come on, bro. Like,
I seen a guy on Facebook telling this girl who didn't know nothing about Kanye West. She said she wasn't a fan, and this guy was like, "Listen, I'm not bashing Kanye West. I was a Kanye West fan." He said when he was wearing pastel polos. I was rocking pastel polos because for that moment, he was the standard of fresh.
Yeah.
He was that guy that people looked up to. And the girl was like, well, I didn't follow him like that. She said, let me explain something. I'm trying to tell you, I'm a fan. And he's going to let you down the same way he has let me down. He said, I was that person that debated people religiously about the things Kanye West was doing. And he said he made me look like a fool every single time. Mm-hmm. So this is an individual who has followed Kanye West and know that his antics always have an agenda. Yeah. And he was trying to explain to this woman, listen, I know you're a Christian. I know he made a gospel album. I know you can relate to it. But you need to understand there's always an agenda behind it.
So she was kind of feeding into it.
She was feeding all the way into it.
Because I haven't seen it yet. Because I be on and off social media. Yeah. So I haven't really been.
I don't jump into the conversations, but I read everything.
No, I'm the same way too. Yeah. But I haven't really, because I'm like, I kept on seeing like the album and people saying, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I just logged off.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
And there was people who I know from church. I know these people are like Christian people. I know these people are good people. And I was taken back a little bit when I was like, y'all don't understand this man. Yes. You don't understand
y'all don't see the signs?
His track record. You don't understand. Listen, and all I can do, whenever I meet somebody, I'm not a judge. I don't go off of he say, she say. I don't go off of what somebody else says. I say a person's character is going to tell you who they are. Yeah. So if I have a problem with you and I know that you're an asshole, I'm not going to tell the next person that you're an asshole. I'm going to let you show them that you're an asshole. You understand what I'm saying? So the truth of the matter is, if I meet somebody for the first time, but they have a track record that is unfavorable, I'm going to look at their track record and then I'm going to say, okay, let's see where you go with this. Yeah. Are your fruit? Is your fruit aligning up to the fruits of your labor are lining up to the things that you're saying that you live by? Yeah. And at this moment, Kanye West does not live by those fruits. I honestly think that he's mentally. It's mental. It's like, and I'm not. It's something mentally that's not all there. Yeah. Because when he talked about Instagram's taking your bitch, Instagram got your bitch. I'm looking and I'm like, okay, what is the message that you're saying? First of all, Instagram ain't never messed up a relationship that I had. Instagram has never made me beef with nobody online. Instagram has never influenced me to go out there and do anything. So when he's talking, like you said, you got to pay attention to what he's saying. Kanye West's issue with Instagram is the issue that he has with his wife. This is Damon speaking. This is nobody else. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that his issue with Instagram is that his wife is in love with Instagram. That's how she got famous, showing her body, showing her nudes, doing all these things.
He ain't liking it now.
He's not liking it now. It's a clip that he put up where he told her that being overly sexy makes him feel some type of way. And she said, this is you telling me this is messing with my anxiety. This is a man that now feels some type of way about his wife being nude and naked and getting fame, and then being around other men who are talking about your wife or talking behind your back about your wife sexually in sexually explicit ways. So the problem that I was saying was he's not talking to us about Instagram having your woman, about Instagram messing up your life. He was subconsciously speaking to the issue he has with his woman and that family and the things that they do. Kanye West is dealing with demons that has nothing to do with us that he's trying to project onto us. So there's like you said, he needs to take a time out and chill.
Yeah, real talk. You said quite a mouthful on that one.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I let him take the wheel on that one.
I had to take the wheel on it, y'all, because like I said, I feel some type of way, and the feeling of some type of way is due to the everybody's entitled to their opinion. Yeah. Right. I just want you to make an informed, for the people who don't know Kanye West, who doesn't know his track record. I just want you to take time to actually prove your convictions wrong. I talk about it all the time. That proving your convictions wrong is going to do one or two things. It's either going to enlighten you to another perspective, or it's going to solidify you in the things that you know. Yeah. Right? So if you feel like Kanye West is truly saved and has changed his life, this and the third, do your research. Pay attention to his movements. Pay attention to the things that he do before you publicly back him or you publicly shame him. Do your research. What I'm talking about is based off of his track record. And I know people can change. But at this moment, I'm not sold. And I don't mind coming back and saying that I was wrong. I hope that I'm wrong. Yeah. I'm hoping that he's not taking the religious route and using it against y'all to allow him to keep pushing his agenda.
And that's another problem I have is because it's like, because right now, currently, I don't believe him. my thing is like, don't play with nobody's faith.
Yeah.
Because I personally feel like he's an attention whore when the light ain't on him. It's a problem.
Yes.
And if you have to go to the extent of playing with people's faith, regardless if it's Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Catholic, Jewish, whatever the case may be, don't play with people. That's something that's sacred to people.
Yeah.
So when you make a game and a mockery of it just to get some attention and to give you a clean plate or a clean slate per se, I look at you crazy. Yeah. And it's like I can't really respect it. Like unless you really your actions start lining up and you start proving me wrong and proving anybody with my stance wrong,
we go
then then all right, my bad. But right now he too flip floppy, and it's like my thing is like with this whole like cancel culture and all this stuff. I'm like, I'm not going to even rush to say to cancel him or nothing like that. Yeah. My thing is get him some help, have him take a break, and get his mind right. Then come back to the game. Yeah. Like he's like year in year out trying to be the #1 top dog. Like when Drake came around, it was an issue. You felt that pressure. Yeah. Because Drake been the top. Like we're gonna be honest, he been a top artist for like a while now.
Cool little decade.
You know what I mean? So it's like he don't like somebody to stole his thunder. Yeah. At this point in Kanye's career, he's up in his 40s. Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, it's about time for you to start fading back in and try to look for the next one to pass the baton to.
And he got hella people to pass the baton to, and but
the thing is, like,
go on and give Sci-Hi the Prince his opportunity.
Like the thing is, he's been happy. Kid Cudi. He took Kid Cudi style. He took Travis Scott style. Yeah. Like he had stole Designer song. Designer over there mad. Yeah. Man, go let him out his contract, bro. Yeah. Designer over there hot. But it's like. It's time to invest in the future. Stop thinking you got to get all the light. Yeah. Your Yeezy brand is booming. Yeah. Focus on that. Focus on fashion. Yeah. Focus on architect and all the stuff. Like, keep on screaming all these white fucking rich people names. Yeah. Do whatever the fuck make you happy. Scream some black people names at some point in time. Yeah. Because I see what you're doing. Yeah. Like, you scream some names and people go check it and you boosting up their ratings. Yeah. Like, it's a game.
Well, you have to
like Elon Musk and Steve Jobs. It's like
you have to understand though that this brother, if I'm keep tell y'all because we're from this hip hop culture. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about doing it for the culture, we know what we're talking about because we follow this. Yeah. We've been following this since we were kids. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Kanye West was on the Breakfast Club where he had one of his famous rants about how the fashion industry was not letting him in. Mm-hmm. These are the same people he's still trying to cater to because he wants a piece of the pie that they have.
He wants white approval, not black approval.
Because he says, what he say? Charlamagne told him like, why don't you take your own money, start up this, that, third. I already did that. I lost 12 million, 5 million, something like that, over doing that. When Sway told him the same thing, you ain't got the answer, Sway, because he's like, you black. You're not making the money like these people making the money. You don't have the industry strength like these people have the industry strength. That's why he wants all the fashion people to just let him in, to let me just do me. And they're a culture. The fashion industry is like the art world, right? In college, I took art appreciation, and my professor used to be upset because we didn't understand what we were looking at. And he would say, oh, this picture was this, that, and the third. This girl raised her hand and she said, that just looked like paint thrown on a canvas. Mm-hmm. He got upset and was like, no, this is so-and-so who did this and this, that, and the third, right? If you understand those industries, it's about who co-signs you.
Definitely.
Once they co-sign you and they say that you are prevalent in that field, you can freaking take a shit on a piece of paper. Mm-hmm. And they're going to freaking sell it for millions. Mm-hmm. The fashion industry is the same way. Mm-hmm. If they stamp you and they put you in the game, then all of a sudden you have a name. You have a market. You have a brand. That's why Kanye West was crying when his homeboy got that stamp.
Yeah.
You remember? Kanye West didn't stay down. He went rogue against the people he was working with. His homeboy stayed down, kept his mouth shut, and became the first person within this company to be black and to have this fashion line and be the mind behind a lot of these movements and this, that, and the third. And Kanye West sat there and hugged them and cried when they were put this man on a pedestal. Kanye West, I don't believe, this is just me speaking, I don't believe Kanye West was crying because he was happy for his friend. I believe Kanye West felt stupid, and this was a show in public for people to be like, oh, I'm not against my friend because he stayed down when I preached against not staying down. Yeah. He left Nike because he tried to hold Nike hostage, and Nike told him, bro, you ain't got enough strength to hold us hostage. Nike, after Kanye West left, he had the Red October brand with his Nike shoes. I have a pair of all red October foam posits that Nike did as a slap to him. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? They took what he was doing already and showed our strength. You can't do nothing like we did. Mm-hmm. Then he went to Adidas. He does his little thing with Adidas and stuff. And you got to say he has an eye for fashion. People follow him and he can make that money. But the truth of the matter is he's not worried about our community and being accepted. He's worried about being accepted in another community that's going to make him rich.
Yeah. We can keep on going on about it, but
all day. Just do your research.
We got one. I guess we got enough time to talk about one more. The whole situation with Charlemagne, Angela Yee, Gucci Mane. And I guess you could throw Envy up in there, DJ Envy. Recently, Gucci Mane has said some things about Angela Yee was throwing some advances at her in the past, at him in the past, and it was pretty descriptive. Mm-hmm. And Angela Yee was like, "No, I don't even have your number." Blah blah blah. She denied it. She, like, he's full of shit type shit. So obviously, there are some issues there. Down the line, somebody, one of Gucci Mane's people, reached out. Was saying like Gucci Mane wanted to talk. He reached out to Angela Yee saying he wanted to talk and apologize and all that stuff. And she was like, no, because you said these things about me publicly. I want you to apologize to me publicly, and I respect that. Yeah. So fast forward, pretty much he's not going to be going to the Breakfast Club. So there was an interview that happened between him and Charlemagne, and people's looking like, this is interesting. Like, why would you take this interview to begin with? Right. And in that interview, Gucci Mane, he proceeds to, like towards the end, he talks kind of sideways about Angela Yee, and he kind of laughs it off or whatever the case may be. And my thing is it's either A, that him and Charlemagne and Angela Yee either ain't as close as the public might think, or he was not holding down his people the way he should have. Mm-hmm. How do you feel?
I have a love-hate feel towards Charlemagne. Mm-hmm. There's times where he does the right thing. Yeah. He calls out the right people. Mm-hmm. And then there are times where I have watched him in interviews. Charlemagne does his thing with his mouth. Mm-hmm. When he's like, if the interview is too serious or the interview he doesn't feel like it's to his standard, you can see his wheels turn and he starts like sucking his lips, and you know something is about to come out of his mouth, right?
Why are you looking at his mouth though?
Because I watch body this nigga. I'm gonna put you on timeout. Right, so I watch body language, right, and you can tell people where they are by their body language. Come on, somebody come get your boy. So the thing that I'm saying is, a lot of times, some of the conversations that he has, he does it for ratings.
Yeah, of course.
So my stance is, I don't believe that he doesn't have a relationship with Angela Yee and DJ M. Mm-hmm. I believe that because there was controversy and drama behind it, he felt like that interview that he did would have been able to get him some ratings. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Selfish thing.
Yeah, a selfish thing. And I could be wrong.
I agree, to be honest.
But the truth of the matter is if I rock with you, right? Mm-hmm. And I find out like there's somebody that got beef with you. They don't have beef with me. Yeah. They got beef with you. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to sit down and entertain a conversation of that person slandering you if you're not there. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm going to give you the opportunity for y'all to hash it out and me be the mediator, even though I don't like being the mediator. But even if I have, so say it's somebody that I truly respect that got an issue with you,
yeah.
and you got an issue with that person.
Yeah.
I could sit there in the middle
yeah.
and be like, check this out, man. Like, y'all got to hash it out. Whether it's something that you guys can shake hands and walk away from and say, hey, respectfully, we don't mess with each other.
Yeah.
Or you can say it was a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there with this person and let this person say, hey, I mean, I'm a slot fire from Sims when I see him and this, that, and third. And I'm going to tell him, look, one thing that you're not going to do is you're not going to threaten this man and he's not here. You understand what I'm saying? So when he got out there talking about, man, when I see DJ Envy, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to him. And he kind of was sitting there kind of like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I don't think it's like that and this, that, and the third. No. He should have been like, look, check this out. I understand you feel the way that you feel. But I'm not going to sit here and allow you to speak ill of my friend because your experience with him is not my experience with him. So there might be a disconnect somewhere. That's when you have character and a standard. Yeah. But if you sit there and you allow somebody to talk wild about somebody that you supposedly got a good relationship with to the point where that person has to come out later, make a post and defend themselves about what this person is saying, I look at you as, man, you may be an opportunist.
Yeah, that's what it comes off as being an opportunist because, like, it all stems from what Gucci Mane has said about Angela Yee and somehow DJ Envy got pulled into it. But when he started talking crazy about Angela Yee, like
I believe DJ Envy defended her.
Okay. He had a conversation. He was like, I don't got no problem, but you have to talk to my co-host.
Yes.
And I don't know how he got upset about that, but whatever the case. But we started calling Angela Yee a bitch and whatever the case may be. Like, that should have been, like, Charlamagne part. Like, look, I understand you might so have a real issue with her. Yeah. But just out of respect, don't talk to her about it like that in front of me. Don't call her a bitch. Yeah. Say what if you feel like you want to talk about that, okay, but don't. And I'm
gonna keep it all the way 100. If you from the streets, any type of level of the streets, right? Yeah. You understand when a person don't respect you.
And that's the thing.
Based off of how they speak to you about somebody that you rock with.
And it's almost like I kind of got the vibe that Charlamagne was intimidated by him because, okay, like Gucci Mane got some street record, like he got street credibility. Understandable as far as somebody like Charlamagne to be a little intimidated. That's not his. That's not his lane. That's not his lane. I'm trying
to tell you that I've grew up, and I'm not proud of it, but I've done the same thing where I've tested somebody's whole crew. Yeah. And I catch the person that rock with this person, supposed to be their best friend, and I'm like, what's that it? Your homeboy a bitch. Yeah. I'm testing to see where you gonna go with it. Are you gonna back down? Or you gonna be like, check this out, bro, keep my homeboy name out your mouth. I ain't got no issue with you. But if you keep coming disrespectful, bro, that's my homeboy and that's who I rock with, we gonna have an issue. I'm trying to see if you gonna do that, right? To see the strength of your crew. Yeah. If Charlamagne get out there and he having a conversation with Gucci Mane and he like, man, this bitch, that, I'ma slap Envy, this, that, and the third, and he didn't hold it down, like, check this out, listen, bro, I respect you, but this ain't what you gonna do. Yeah. That shows a lot about the character.
Yeah, because like you said, it shows how much Gucci Mane respects Charlamagne. Because if he had high respect for him, and even because sometimes people respect people just out of fear. Yes. Just because it's like, say for example, for me and you, like, I respect you. Yeah. Like, say if like we had like a misunderstanding of some sort, whatever the case may be. Yeah. I know I'm not about to sit up here and call you a bitch or whatever the case may be and expect nothing to happen. Yeah. Like, there's going to be some consequences, some repercussions. Like, it might be physical. You might exchange words back on me, or it might be physical. Yeah. I don't, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you actually respect somebody, there's a little there's
a fear line that you're not going to cross.
Yeah, and it's like Gucci Mane, he knew like I ain't got fears, nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
I can say whatever the fuck I want. That's what I'm saying.
Gucci Mane ain't gonna talk to Jay Prince like that.
Hell no. Nah.
Because guess what? He understands that there might be repercussions that come from that. So exactly what you're saying. A person who respects you, there is a little bit of fear factor there because they're like, listen, I know this person. It's just like when I was younger and I was in the streets. I knew that there was cats that I rolled with that I had no fear of, right? Yeah. But I knew that if it came down to any type of disrespect, I would have to actually fight this person. So you tread lightly on the words that you use and the phrases that you use and your body mannerisms and all of that stuff. So like I said,
it's not even I don't even want to say is that in Charlemagne's case, I believe it's fear.
Yeah.
But in other situations, it's certain level of respect. You know that there can be possible repercussions.
Yes.
So you just not going to talk reckless out the lips.
Yeah, let sure presidents do it. If you're talking to a president that got a strong army, like the U.S. and Russia. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody talking stupid to Putin because they know Putin ain't. He really ain't. He may not be all there. He might end up blowing something up or taking out some allies and stuff and being like, "Come get me." Yeah. So you're not gonna talk. People tread lightly when they deal with Russia. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So the point that I'm making is, it's not like it's the U.S. talking crazy to Mexico. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? This is like when Gucci Mane was doing what he was doing. Charlemagne don't understand from a street level. He was testing your crew. He was testing your loyalty.
And I guess, I don't want to say he necessarily said this, but I heard supposedly he's saying he didn't want to censor Gucci Mane or something like that because we already get censored enough types. Mm-hmm. I was like, nah, bro. Like, I don't professional or just in private if we having a conversation shooting this shit. Yeah. Like, if you know these is my people, don't talk crazy about my people. Yeah. Or it's gonna be an issue. I'm not. Yeah. I don't like if I really fuck with you, whatever. And you talk crazy about somebody else. Yeah. I'm gonna give you a chance. It's out of respect. Like, look, I understand you have your personal situation with them, but calm down. And that's what
I'm trying to say.
But then if you continue to talk crazy, it's like, okay, bro.
No, you don't respect me. You don't respect me. I'm gonna cut the interview because what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to match your energy and regurgitate your energy. I'm gonna let you bury yourself. Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, listen, if I come to you and I tell you as a man, listen, these are my people. You're not going to talk crazy to them, but we're going to put it out here because this content needs to be out here to clear up the air because it's a problem, right? And you proceed to disrespect. I'm going to be like, listen, check this out. We got to cut the interview. Because now I feel like you disrespecting me.
And to be honest,
you got to draw a line in the sand sometimes.
He should even have did an interview to keep it 100. Like if he know that he got a problem with one of your people, you shouldn't have did it. Yeah. Period. And that's just on some real nigga shit. Yes. And if you don't understand that, then you got some self-reflecting to do. Yes. And it's like you said. It sounds like he was being an opportunist.
He was being an opportunist. Because you have to understand in the industry that we're in, and I give it to Charlemagne, because one of the hardest things for a man to do is recognize opportunity, right? But then at the same time, you have to recognize, is this opportunity going against your moral standards? Yeah. And at this moment right now, Charlemagne is very hot when it comes to talking about issues that are very.
You probably think he's bigger than Breakfast Club. Like for him to do that, just like
I got pulled to go and do this,
and then just like I don't know if he thought it was a leg up, like. Yeah, well, I could do this and it could set me up for something else, and then I can escape.
And I don't understand. I don't know. I'm not going to get into the mind of him of what he does, but what I'm saying is, I believe that we're in a field where you are stepping into another platform. I believe that he's stepping into another platform, and eventually he will outgrow the Breakfast Club.
You already doing this whole little Joe Budden-esque pull-ups and Netflix
type stuff. Like, so he don't need to do no opportunist type of things. He can show his loyalty to his people a certain way. But like I said, sometimes your opportunity clashes with your morals. Yeah, yeah. And for me,
it's a defining moment.
It's a defining moment. Like I said, if somebody got a problem with my man, I'm not going to do that interview publicly. I could talk to you on the low. We can handle it on the low, and then maybe we can all sit down and then publicly do it. Because I feel like it's better to hear both sides of the story instead of one side of the story. Yeah. And if we can't get both sides of the story in one sitting, then it's just something that we need to just all wipe our hands of. Yeah. So like I said, I feel like it's funny that you could sit there and let somebody disrespect your people. That's if they are your people. Now, if these are just co-workers and you guys put on the front to make it look like it is what it is, then I understand you not having loyalty. I understand you allowing this man to talk to you with no guidelines.
But I've been in doing Breakfast Club for like 6 to 8 years or something like that. You would think
they would have some type of relationship.
There's some type of relationship there. Yeah. So it's just questionable. I challenge Charlemagne to really to do some self-reflecting.
Yeah.
And really be honest about it.
Yeah.
And hold himself accountable about his actions.
Yeah.
You know?
And you gotta watch the way you joke with people. Because if you pay attention to the way they joke with each other sometimes, you can see there's some resentment in some of those jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know that they may not actually be as tight as we think that they are.
I believe they had some issues in the past before.
Yeah.
I forget what it was around, but I believe they had some issues in the past. So
yeah.
Hopefully they hash it out, because the Breakfast Club is it's a staple for the culture.
Yes,
like, for real.
Yes, it is.
One day we might end up on there, you know.
And I ain't afraid to talk about this.
You know what I mean?
We can have that conversation.
We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna cut it right here.
Yeah.
Niggas got shit to do.
Things to do.
But we want y'all to like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
Give us feedback. Tell your people about us. Give us feedback.
Yeah.
Get up in the comments.
Yeah. I'm willing to have a conversation about everything that we talked about in this episode. If you agree with me, that's cool. If you don't agree with me, I'd rather hear from you so you can give me your perspective. If you're a Christian out there and you feel like Kanye West is doing what he's supposed to do, holla at me. Let me understand. Let me know your perspective, because, like I said, the one thing that what you're gonna learn about me is I don't mind challenging my convictions. Mm-hmm. If you could come with a different perspective that changed my mind, come with a different perspective that changed my mind, and I'll rock with that.
The table is made. Just a shameless plug. If y'all need y'all photography done, your videos done,
my guy.
If you need beats, engineer, holla at your boy. My name is going to be on the fucking box under here, so you can follow me on IG.
If you need acting for your music videos, holla at your boy, man. I did my cousin video shoot now. I'm like, shoot, if y'all need somebody to act, I'll do it.
Yeah. But yeah, to the next
$50.
To the next time, we're gonna get out of here. To the next time is Don't Shoot the Messenger.
Bang, 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 bang.
Salute.